Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. A close call this week for Brooklyn Park Police.
He's free, he's going.
This incident took place early Thursday morning in the 6300 block of Boone Avenue North. Police were initially called to the report of a driver slumped over in a vehicle. They say the driver was possibly impaired. Brooklyn Park Police say the driver refused to obey commands before he began ramming police squad cars. Officers had to jump out of the way to avoid getting hit. The driver crashed a short distance away but was able to escape on foot. No officers were hurt in that incident. Governor Tim Walz reiterated his support for the Bottineau Light Rail project this week.
I believe in the Blue Line extension. I know that investments in this line will transform communities.
The Metro Blue Line Extension Corridor Management Committee met Thursday in a virtual meeting that included the governor. The committee includes representatives from cities impacted by the planned route, including Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, Crystal, Robbinsdale, and Golden Valley. Walz complimented local leaders who have continued to work on the project despite numerous setbacks. He expressed support for moving away from negotiating with BNSF Railway. Under the recently abandoned route, about 8 miles of the line's 13-mile route would have been shared with BNSF. Walz said the project should not be dependent on the whims of another partner and doesn't believe the railway will change its mind to allow the project. Brooklyn Park Mayor Jeff Lundy responded to the governor, emphasizing the desire to move the project forward.
And I think sometimes we forget the why part. We're so focused on what and where and all that, but the who is what's really important, and that's that we have a number of people who suffer from lots of inadequacies and lots of disparities that sit along this line that would benefit from access to affordable transportation. That won't solve everything, but that's a darn good start, is what we believe.
Lundy and other local mayors had previously signed on to a letter pushing for action on the Blue Line extension project, going as far as saying the lack of action could be attributed to systemic racism. 21 people, that's how many lives were lost in Minnesota due to domestic violence last year. The Maple Grove community came together Wednesday night to raise awareness for domestic violence. Here's Neil Persley.
To honor all the women who have been affected by domestic violence.
They came for slightly different reasons.
I'm here to support Maria's family.
But they shared a common bond.
I'm connected with them because I also experienced domestic violence.
Every October, Maple Grove recognizes the month as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
We are here tonight to remember the 21 victims of domestic violence in Minnesota in 2019 and 6 Maple Grove residents who have lost their lives to domestic violence this year.
This year's Domestic Violence Vigil, held last night at Town Green in Maple Grove, was dedicated to Maria Pugh, who was killed by her husband earlier this spring.
I'm Maria's dad. It's our honor to have you here today and to honor Maria and the 21 other victims of domestic violence. Together, we can save lives, change lives, and heal lives.
Victims who have lost their lives were remembered. Those struggling in an abusive relationship were told there is help available. Law enforcement was recognized for the work they do.
We're coming together as a community, and as I said, it's about the victim's voice, but it's also about the community's voice tonight too. Domestic violence is a very serious problem, and Maple Grove is speaking up and saying that we are going to prevent this, we're going to try and stop this, and it's something that we're going to address in our community.
The vigil was meant to bring the subject of domestic violence out of the shadows and make it an issue that other family, friends, and community members aren't afraid to get involved in. If you sense something isn't quite right in a loved one's domestic relationship, ask and reach out.
I think one of the biggest problems that we're facing right now is the fact that people don't feel like they can talk about it and check in with people in relationships that don't seem healthy. So to bring more awareness so it doesn't have to be such a taboo subject.
We'll have links to Love Conquers Violence, Maria's Voice, and other resources on our website at ccxmedia.org. In Maple Grove, Neil Persley, CCX News.
It's Booya time again at the Palmer Lake VFW in Brooklyn Park, and a small army of volunteers lent a helping hand.
Well, we're going to work it out here where if a person just wants to come and drive through, we'll have somebody that will meet a car and get an order and take the money, and then another person that will come and deliver it right to your car.
Dave and his helpers will be making 200 gallons of Booya, and the money raised will go to charities, the Minnesota Soldiers and Family Readiness Center, as well as the Veterans Rest Camp on Big Marine Lake. And they're bringing in a new group this year that will receive a portion of the funds raised.
Our new guys are the Osseo High School Fishing Club. They came last year and they helped us stir and helped us serve. They're on board with us again this year. They'll come and help, and we'll help them out a little bit too.
This year's event is set for Saturday, October 10th from noon until it's gone. So if you want some, you might want to get there early because they did sell out last year.
The high school volleyball season is now underway. Jay Wilcox has highlights of one match from the first night of play in the Northwest Suburban Conference.
It's volleyball time as Champlin Park hosts Maple Grove in the season opener. Maple Grove's on the right all night. Jordan Lampker's hit is off the block, and the Rebels can't dig it up as the Crimson go up 17-13 in set one. Later, it's Megan Liu setting it out to Elise Rossing, and it's off the block and drops in the middle of the Rebels' defense. Maple Grove wins 25-17 in the first. Second set, and Allison Kopp sets it outside to Marley Hansen for the Rebels. The Crimson passes into the ceiling and they can't control it. This one's a close battle. Maple Grove rallies strong to take the set. Kara Sear gets the block on Hansen as the Crimson pull out a 26-24 win to go up 2-0. In the third, Champlin Park responds as Ellie Schmidt rips it down the line for the kill. The Rebels come out on top 25-23 to force a fourth set. Jaden Mueller with a nice pass to Lou, and Skylar Gray finishes as Maple Grove rolls in the fourth 25-12 to score a key early win over Champlin Park. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Section playoffs start this coming week in high school girls and boys soccer. The Providence Academy girls team scored a nice win in their regular season finale.
Girls soccer, Providence Academy hosting Heritage Christian Academy. First half, Avery Lampley scores a sweet goal for the Lions as she hooks the corner kick in for a 2-1 lead. Second half, Heritage's Katie Smith beats the defender and passes to Taylor Jacobson for the shot and goal, and it's 2-2. But less than 2 minutes later, Providence strikes again. Great serve on the corner kick by Lampy, and Anna Sanchez heads it in for a 3-2 lead. Sofia Caballero adds an insurance goal late, and the Lions win 4-2. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Section cross-country meets are coming up soon. Jay Wilcox has highlights from the Northwest Suburban Conference meet earlier this week.
The Maple Grove and Armstrong boys running in the first of 5 races spread out due to COVID at the Northwest Suburban Conference cross-country meet. It's a 2-man race at the end, and Andover's Cameron Hepner holds off Armstrong's Noah Brecker to beat him by 0.6 of a second. Dylan Bartness of Armstrong is next up in third on a good day for the Falcons. Alex Omot of Armstrong places 5th as the Falcons take the team title easily. Maple Grove's Gannon Ferrens is 7th as the Crimson place 3rd. To the girls now, in Maple Grove and Osseo, part of the first race of the higher-seeded teams. It's a 3-person battle down the stretch. Andover's Claire Beckman and Alyssa Girth finish 1 and 2 to lead their Huskies to the team title. with Lindsay Young of Maple Grove third. Her team is second. Jules Davis of Osseo is about 18 seconds back of Young in fourth place. Her sister Lex Davis places 8th as we check out the team scores. Sections are next week.
Thanks, Jay. For more stories like this, please visit our website at ccxmedia.org. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.